All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm back. Still testing. Just kind of trying to figure out how to get this and just recording. Not even, the streaming has got me stumped as well. So anyway, just doing a quick video to kind of test the quality and see if the camera actually goes through to the OBS studio. Comes up with something that looks decent that I can then take into DaVinci Resolve, edit it, render it, and it then still has some quality that I can put it on YouTube. And then after it's on YouTube, that it will still have some quality. Now, as you can see, I'm not working with much here. So, there's no filters. This is just what it is. Got some lighting, trying to make myself look pretty. But it's not working. There's no setting that makes this all magic. Oh, whatever. Anyway, all right. So, with that being said, we want to get into, we're just going to start with a little comedy. Buddy Hacket. Ever heard of him? Ever heard of Buddy Hacket? The guy's fantastic. I've already got him up on the screen. Oh, well, here, wait. Let me do a full screen. This is me. This is my background. Okay. That's my lamp. Huh? Pretty nice lamp for a single guy. Doesn't happen often. All right. Looks good. All right. Let's sit back. What do we got going on? Ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh. You see my leg? Is Tony not wearing pants? It's hot today. It's Vegas. What are we at? Well, it's only 88 degrees, but, when you got all the windows closed, it gets kind of warm quick. All right, so that's the full. And, we're going to look in that camera. We're going to look back here. We're going to swing the mic, be like, rock and roll, Saturday night. Going to come up nice and close. Going to chat with you. Going to whisper in your ear what's going on. The world's a crazy place. People. That's the problem. Bedtime stories with Tony. All right, mid. What do we got? I'm swinging around. Let's just see if it can follow me. Gonna wave my hands. Are we catching this? Okay, is the technology there to keep up with my super fast movement? All right, so now we're coming back up. All right, let's go. That probably didn't sound good in the mic. All right, let's go to my buddy, man. I don't know. You guys ever seen Buddy Hacket? Do you know the old comics? Right? Okay, hold on. Buddy Hacket, Don Rickles, Ralph Cramden. Darn it. You know what I'm talking about. From the Honeymooners. Yeah, the old guys are they're fun, man. Don Rickles is ridiculous. I actually got to see him in Vegas. I'm not sure if he's still alive, but he was like in his 80s when I saw him. Anyway, this is a little treat right here. I think you're going to get a kick. This is Buddy Hacket on the Johnny Carson Show. Let's take a peek.
Now, this guy shoots a duck and it falls and hits a barn and goes into a guy's yard. So this guy he climbs over the fence and he goes into the yard and he's trying to get this duck. And this farmer come out, big guy, bigger than the guy with the chickens.
Big guy.
He says, "What are you doing in my yard?" He said, "I come to get the duck." He said, "That's my duck." He says, "It's not your duck. This is my yard. That duck fell, hit my barn. It's laying there." He says, "Yes, but it's not your duck. I shot the duck. I've been out hunting for a couple of days." He says, "Give me a break. I'm from the city. You're from the city. Well, you don't understand about property, do you? It's my property. It's my duck. However, I'll give you a chance at the duck. We can settle this country style." He says, "Country style?" He says, "Yeah." "Well, how do you settle a country style?" He says, "How? I kick you in the groin." The guy said, "Ah." "And then you kick me in the groin. And we take turns kicking each other in the groin. Who's ever left keeps the duck." The guy said, "Well, if that's what I gotta do." The farmer says, "I go first," and he hauls off. Whack! And the guy goes, "Ha ha! Ha ha! Whoa! 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 about half hour has passed, and he says to the farmer, well, I guess it's my turn. And the farmer says, you can have the duck.
Love it. Love it. All right, Buddy Hacket, man. Buddy Hacket. All right, we're going to go and shoot. Let's take a peek. And we got some stuff going on here with the housing market. Apparently, they're doing a bill in Congress. And with that, they are doing a Housing Affordability Act where they actually believe they can manufacture the price of housing. That the whole market means nothing. The entire market, all the homes, all the cities, the towns, the counties, the states, all those individual micro markets, they believe they can actually manufacture a price that will allow people to afford homes. You can't do that. The market isn't going to let you do that. So the first thing that you're going to see up here is that these are the rates, okay? This is where we're at. As you can see, as of May 14th, we're over 6.3 on the 30 and 5.7 on the 15-year. Those rates aren't going down, okay? We got the war. That's already inflationary just because of the ordinance, having the military, the expense, and then the Strait of Hormuz is closed. Oil, 20%. Yeah, we don't get it. Doesn't matter that we don't use oil from the Strait of Hormuz. What does matter is oil is a world market. The entire market will be affected. It's 20% of oil. We're coming up on 3 months stopping that supply, right? And then the prices of oil, they're not necessarily the prices that are being paid for the oil. This is just the market. If somebody really needs oil, they pay whatever it takes. If you really need water, you will really pay whatever it takes to get a cup of water. Same thing. So with that, you've got these rates, and the rates aren't the problem. But anyway, let's take a peek here. This is Maria Bartiromo. Gotta love Maria.
Follow overall rates, short-term rates, which have been spiking. Pending home sales up in April, over 3% year over year. And joining me now in a Fox Business exclusive is Housing and Urban Development Secretary Scott Turner. Secretary, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And I know you're making some big changes in terms of allowing and enabling people to buy homes and take out mortgages. But what do you want to say about this spike in mortgage rates today? What can you do and what should be done in terms of getting these rates lower?
Well, good morning, Maria. It's always great to be with you. You know, the president is laser focused on keeping our country safe, to not have an evil regime, to have a nuclear weapon. The president is focused on that to make sure that Americans and American people are safe. But also he's focused on domestic policy and making housing affordable again. We saw that with his 2 executive orders. One, to take down the barriers to build affordable housing and then increase the competition in the mortgage industry. We see that the mortgage rates are going up and down, the last couple of months. But one thing about our economy is strong. The president is focused, the administration is focused, the policies that he's implemented will allow American people to prosper, not just now, but
I don't know about you. Do you feel like the economy's strong? Now, it might be strong, but it's not in our favor, right? They're like, oh, yeah, the economy's strong. And, yeah, the numbers, yeah. Well, the last numbers on the PPI, the Producers Price Index, that's a problem. Okay, because now the producers are paying higher prices. So coming to a store near you, CPI will be going up. But do you feel that? All right, yeah, the stock market's up because we're in an AI boom. A complete infrastructure build out. All right, this is literally changing the way we do everything with AI, and it takes a lot of building energy, okay? With that, that's keeping the economy strong. So the companies are strong, but how are you feeling? How's the job market for you? They say unemployment is low, right? Yeah, what are the wages out there? You seen the wages? They're horrible. And these employers, they're ridiculous. The interview process, the pay, bring you in, and everything's cool, and then all of a sudden they want you to do twice as much work in the same amount of time. Okay, I don't know about you. No, the economy's not good. That's my particular opinion. I don't know, what are we, $39 trillion in debt, and we're going to war right now? Really? Yeah, that sounds like a smart idea. You need to get back over here and focus on this country. Housing is a result of supply and demand. I don't know. There's a few people that came over the border the last 4 years, and really probably the last 20 years. That's a problem. Okay, supply and demand. There's not enough housing. But actually, there is enough housing. People can't afford it. Rent is high. The reason it's high is because landlords' expenses have gone up. Sure, there's probably some landlords out there that are being ridiculous trying to make just some extra money. But for the most part, no. HOA fees, property taxes, and home insurance, that drives your rent up. So it's not necessarily the landlords that are the evil people here. So this whole thing, like, rent's ridiculous. Buying a house, you don't buy a house. Anyway, this is them, and they're like, pending home sales rise more than expected. Good. I'm glad there's people out there doing well. Or there's just people out there who can qualify for a loan who really shouldn't be buying a house because the housing is too expensive. The houses they're expensive. They're overpriced. The market hasn't made a decision yet either. There just happens to be an equilibrium between the buyers and the sellers, which keeps floating the prices higher. Okay? Very small, right? Very small. I mean, I think I'm in Vegas, so I think I looked it up today. $498 median home price. You want anything for $300? It's going to cost you more for security. You're better off buy the $500,000, $600,000 house. The amount of money it's going to cost you in security to pick up a house for $300,000, you won't even want to leave your house. You'll just deadbolt yourself into the place. Excuse me. But you say, all right, let's keep it going.
But
what do you got?
For years to come, and so I'm encouraged by it. The president is encouraged. He's focused, and so I would tell the American people, continue to stay faithful because the president is focused on America and America only.
Yeah, and this move in rates.
What did he say? Did he just say what I think he said? He said the president's focused on America only. I would beg to differ. Okay, if you were focused on America only, all right, you'd be back over here deporting all these people. All right, getting the laws into place, getting voter ID in. I mean, the elections are ridiculous. What about all the fraud? So, yeah, they found fraud in Minneapolis and L.A. County. Yeah, you think that's the only two places? The fraud is out of control. There's more money going to taxes, more tax dollars going towards fraud than towards benefiting us, towards roads, airports, infrastructure, right? All you have to do is focus on this country. I get it. There's geopolitical issues. We've got to keep ourselves balanced in the world, okay? We got to, rare earth mineral, critical mineral, precious metals are a thing right now. We need them for industrialization of AI, and we might need them for money. But I get it. We have to balance the world. But we got problems here, man. We got problems. There's no time for wars. You need to get back here. We need to take the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, internal, and turn them internally at the government in every city, county, state, and the federal government. Put these little, busybodies to work looking at the government. Where's the tax dollars? It's not your money. It's our money. We worked. We paid taxes, gave it to you. You didn't earn the money. But I'll tell you what, you spend it. You spend it like a drug addict. Okay? So you need to get back here. That's the problem. Okay, look, we could not only lower the national debt by just getting rid of all these scams, put these people in jail, show that there's accountability. The next person that steps into that position might be, I don't know, a little more responsible. Accountability. There's nothing else I want to see personally. I don't care. I don't care about Iran. I don't care if they have a nuclear weapon. Okay, the WeJs, look, I'm on a bagel strike. I'm done. I don't even care. Okay, this country's important. Why? Because of our people. Doesn't mean that the other countries aren't important. They're important. They need to take care of themselves and take care of their people. We seem to just always focus on the American people last. Although you demand all this stuff from us, but we're the last ones in line to get any perks from society. Let me say, I'm going to continue on this video at some point. We have so many problems here that the housing market, houses are overpriced. The interest rates are actually low. Okay, the interest rates aren't really the problem. The problem is the housing price. They're too expensive, and your pay's too low, right? So your pay doesn't actually match the purchase that you would like to make. I apologize. So anyway, all right, I'm just testing, and I'm just rapping, just putting it out there, trying to figure out. I'm going to go watch this video, and it's going to be a horrible recording. It's not even going to matter, right? I did this for nothing. All right, Tony Renato. Ciao for now.